Welcome back to another episode of the Curtis Zone. I am your amazing host, Dylan J. Curtis, and I ask that, as always, hit the like and subscribe button for more content. Now, here on the Curtis Zone, we have not done a Power Ranger content in a while, so I thought it'd be a great idea to do a history of on Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce from the Neo Saban era. Normally I go in order and give you Samurai before I do Megaforce and Super Megaforce, but I'm gonna be honest with you, haven't watched the whole thing on Samurai. So, we're doing Megaforce and Super Megaforce. But before we get started, news anyone? The first piece of news from the world of Disney, it has been 110% confirmed that Nicolas Cage will be doing a Spider-Man noir for Amazon Prime. So, I can't wait, you can't wait. Let's wait, shall we? The next piece of news is this, that a new MCU is going to be forming, but this MCU is composed mostly of Japanese animes that are being made live action. And most of those Japanese animes, you may already know, they include One Piece, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and soon to follow will be Attack on Titan, Mobile Suit Gundam, and of course, Naruto. It's going to be a very fun ride, and I bet none of us can wait for it. The final piece of news from the world of the DCU, it has been confirmed that Deathstroke will be returning to the DCEU, and 5 actors are being considered for the role, one of whom being Joe Manganiello, who you may remember played Deathstroke in Batman v Superman. I personally can't wait, you guys can't wait, it's gonna be a fun ride. Now, let's get started with Megaforce and Super Megaforce. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button for more content from us. If you want to see more of me, my smiling face, and of course more of my bouncing pecs. Power Rangers Megaforce and Power Rangers Super Megaforce had its television debut in February of 2013, had its final episode in November of 2014. It lasted 2 seasons and was part of the Nickelodeon Saturday morning lineup. As far as the origin goes, our world was once a safe and happy place until evil aliens came to our world with one goal in mind: to conquer our planet. And so, Gosei, Earth's ancient guardian, and the apprentice of Zordon, along with his faithful connoisseur named Tensu, decide to assemble a new team of Rangers. These new Rangers are Troy, the Red Ranger, who is a martial arts enthusiast. Then there's the Blue Ranger, Noah, who is an incredibly gifted student. Then there is Athlete, the Black Ranger, Jake, who later became the Green Ranger. Then there is another athlete, Gia, who is the Yellow Ranger. And finally, Emma, who became the Pink Ranger and is also a BMX biker. After many victories against Prince Virak and all of his monsters, they would send Prince Vicar and the rest of the Armada down to destroy the Earth and take over as well. However, Gosei would give the Rangers the power of the Super Megaforce Morphers, and they would become the Super Megaforce Rangers. And there you have it, the origin of Megaforce. Now with the origin out of the way, let's get into some important moments. The first important moment you need to know about is when we meet Robo Knight. Robo Knight is protector of the Earth's environment. He had been buried under the Earth for so long, for centuries I'm talking. Because as I said before, Gosei, who is the apprentice of Zordon, created Robo Knight to protect Earth's environment. However, he had been laid dormant for a while. So, Robo Knight came back to life, and at first he was not on board with the Power Rangers, but he eventually wore down, and this would lead to a new creation of a Megazord, the Gosei Grand Ground Megazord. It was amazing to see it, my friends. The next important moment we're going to talk about is when we meet Orion. Now, Orion in Super Megaforce was a replacement for Robo Knight, but it was amazing to see him because he was the first Silver Ranger to have a Battleizer, the legendary 6th Ranger mode. See, I'm going to get into it later, but one of the powers that the Super Megaforce team has is that they can harness the power of all past Rangers. I'm going to get into more of that later. But for right now, let's talk about my favorite moments, shall we? The next important moment we're going to talk about is when the alien armada has come down to Earth and taken over where Prince Vicar has left off. However, the Power Rangers have lost their power, and so Gosei and Tensu give them an even more power, and that power is the power of every past Ranger in order to become Super Megaforce Rangers. Dirty Pop. I only have 4 favorite moments. My first favorite moment is the episode known as The Perfect Storm. In this episode, Tensu went out in order to check the communications array, but an electrical storm fried his circuits and basically reprogrammed him. So the Rangers spread out through the entire city in order to find him because he has escaped. However, Prince Vakar is using the storm as a way to charge a crystal that is going to destroy the planet. So the Rangers all work together and use their powers in order to stop it. My second favorite moment is the episode entitled In the Driver's Seat. In this episode, they go to the dimension of RPM and they find the Turbo Falcon. The Turbo Falcon has gone wild and is basically trying to destroy the RPM universe. However, they're able to tame it and they're able to combine it with their own Megazord. It was pretty awesome to see it, my friends. My third favorite moment is the episode entitled The Blue Saber Saga. In this episode, as everyone knows, the Blue Ranger is not necessarily has 110% the best storylines ever. In fact, the Blue Ranger is not necessarily, well, a big deal. But in Power Rangers Super Megaforce, the Blue Ranger Noah had a huge storyline, especially in this episode known as the Blue Saber Saga, where he uses all of his fellow Ranger swords in order to fight another swordsman sent by the Empire. It was awesome. And he also used the powers of every past Blue Ranger that he could get his hands on. At least 5 of them, my friends. It was cool to see. My fourth favorite moment is the episode entitled Harmony in Discord. In this episode of Power Rangers Megaforce, it has been found out that music can really affect human life. So, the Empire uses music in order to disorient all humans and basically take over very easily. However, as everyone knows, musical episodes are very important in Power Rangers universe, and so the Pink Ranger sings her song Flowers Bloom, while at the same time the Red Ranger uses his morpher to create the Twist Tornado. It was an amazing episode. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. You gotta watch it. With all that said and done, let's talk powers and abilities. Now, in Power Rangers Megaforce, they embody the powers of sky, land, and sea power. Basically embodying the powers of fire, earth, water, the whole 9 yards. They channel all this power into their weapons and into their powers. They use different power cards in order to use these powers. Each power card was different than the others. They even use these power cards in their Zords and in their Megazords. Now in Power Rangers Super Megaforce, things got a little bit different, because Power Rangers Super Megaforce, they embodied the powers of all past Power Rangers, including SPD, Mighty Morphin, the whole 9 yards. They could only hold this for a short time, but it was pretty cool to see it because they could embody all of their powers at once. I recommend you watch Power Rangers Super Megaforce. And that brings another episode of the Curtis Zone to a screeching close, ladies and gentlemen. I ask that you hit the like and subscribe button for more content from here on the Curtis Zone, because as you know, we all love it when you subscribe. Also, for those of you who do not know, my contest is still going on. This December, I will be giving away gifts to all my loyal fans of the Curtis Zone. I ask that you remember how the contest works. For those of you who don't know, you can look at all my How Powerful Would Someone Be episodes that you can find anywhere. I want to thank everybody for coming, and remember, give some love to our sponsors, Coastal Waste and Recycling, because as you know, your garbage powers someone's world. I'll be back very soon with more and more, so just keep watching.